Welcome to the first installment of From Steve's Kitchen. I'm Steve, and this is my kitchen. Today we're going to cook up some chili. I'm going to show you how to make it not only as a main dish, but also as a snack of chili dip. So let's get started. Okay, some of the ingredients you're going to need for this is, of course, some red peppers, green peppers, yellow onion, some chili mix, tomato sauce, and of course, your chopped meat. Now in this case, I'm using 85/15 chopped meat. 100% beef. You can do different meats in there. Pork, chicken, turkey, whatever you prefer. In this case, I'm going to go with straight beef. Okay, so we got the pot on the stove, starting to warm up, get a little splash of oil in there. First thing we're going to do is chop up our onions and our peppers and get them in, get them cooking up. Okay, onions are going into the pot. Okay, so I'm gonna let the onions cook down a little bit, and a little bit of oil that we put in there. Just stir them up, and we're gonna get the peppers cut up and get the chopped meat ready to go. Okay, so we got the peppers washed and ready to get cut up into pieces. Obviously, you're gonna cut off the top, cut out that inside there, get rid of all the seeds and all that good stuff. We'll dice these peppers up and get them into the pot. Dice it up. Okay, our first green pepper's going in the pot. Okay, so we got a couple of green peppers in, we got our onion in, about to throw in, we got one red pepper in, about to throw in another red pepper, get that chopped up and ready to go. Okay, so you can see we have the peppers and onions in here, and they're getting happy in the pot. And in a few minutes, or a few moments, we're gonna add the chopped meat to it and get that browned up. Okay, so our pepper and onions are getting nice and happy in the pot here. Next up, we're going to crack open this chopped meat and get it into the pot. What we're going to do is we're going to brown the chopped meat, get everything all nice and happy mixed together to the point where it's just about cooked. We'll add our seasoning, and then we're going to mix in our sauce and put everything in the slow cooker and let that go for a couple hours. You get this browned up? Okay, I'm going to do a little salt. I already did that. I'm going to add a little pepper. Just a little bit to season the beef a little bit. A little bit of garlic powder. And a little bit of onion powder. Just to help season that beef a little bit. Of course, we're going to add our chili seasonings shortly. This just helps season the beef and get it going. Okay, so we've had this going for a little while. The meat's all nice and brown. Peppers and onions have cooked down a bit. So what we're going to do next is add in our spices and stir that up a little bit more, and then we'll add it to the slow cooker with some tomato sauce and let it cook for a couple hours. So when it comes to seasoning and all the chili seasoning, you can make your own. You can use different pre-made. Personally, this is what I use. It's what I've always used, what my parents use. So we're going to add usually approximately 1 pack per pound. I got a little over 3 pounds in there. So we're going to go ahead and add these 3 packs to the pot. Okay, so we've added our seasoned mix and all that. Everything's tied in, flames off. I'm just going to let that sit a little bit while I get the slow cooker ready. Okay, so to prepare the slow cooker, we're just going to put a little bit of oil in here and just rub it around the sides here. Top it with a non-stick. That way when we get the chili in, mix it around very nicely. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to move the chili from the pot into the slow cooker. Here we go. Now, like I said, normally I would just leave this on the stove and let it cook all day. Go watch some hockey or some football, but got to run out for a little while today. Okay, so we'll give that another little mix in here. Next, we're just going to add 30-ounce can of tomato sauce. There it goes. Alright, so there it is, ready to go. We're going to come on down here. Switch it to low. And we're going to let it go for a couple hours. Okay, the top's on. It's starting to get a little warm. We'll come back after Pound with Derby, and then from there, we can either throw it in a bowl over some rice or noodles or something like that, or I'm going to show you how to make a really nice dip with some cream cheese and nacho cheese. Okay, it's been a couple hours. Here we go. Looks pretty good. We're just about there. I switched it from low to keep warm for now. I'm going to let it go for a little bit longer just to keep it going, and we'll make some chili dip pretty soon. Okay, so now that the chili's done, what we're going to do is I got my Corningware dishes here. We're going to take our cream cheese, get it softened up a little bit, spread it to the bottom of our dishes, put our chili on, and then we got some shredded Mexican style blend, four cheese Mexican style blend. I'm going to put that on top, throw it in the oven, and then it's time to eat. Okay, so once again, we're going to open up the cream cheese. We're going to put it at the bottom of the pan here and get everything ready for the chili to go in. Put that in. What I like to do is using the bottom of a rubber or plastic spatula, just press it on in and get it all into the corners there. Try to get it as even as possible. Okay, so we get about 1.5 blocks of cream cheese here. Just trying to smooth it out a little bit, get it as even as possible. Knock some of this excess off. Okay, so there we go. We got our layer of cream cheese on the bottom there. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take our chili and ladle it on top of the cream cheese. Like I said, this makes a great meal or game day snack. So there we are, we got the chili on top of the cream cheese. We got one more layer left, and that's going to be our shredded cheese. Okay, so again, we're going to put our shredded cheese on. This is a 4-cheese Mexican blend style. Okay. I'm just going to put a good layer on top. Probably the whole pouch. Yep, whole pouch right on there. Okay. Level that out a little bit. All right, there we go. Now it's ready for the oven. We're going to put it into the oven about 350 just till the cheese melts. And it's set to go, and it's time to eat. Okay, so we got 3 different dishes in there. All the same thing. All the cream cheese, the chili, and the shredded cheese. Let's close the oven. Now we just have to wait for the cheese to melt, and it's time to eat. Okay, so it's been in the oven a little while. We're going to pull one of them out and take a look, see how we're doing. Hey, there we go. So you can see the cheese is just about melted on top, and we are ready to eat. We're going to let it sit for a minute or two just to let it cool off a little, and then we're set to go. Okay, so here we go, out of the bowl and into the dish. And like I said, I like to serve it with either Tostitos or Fritos. In this case, I have some Tostitos. Get a nice old helping of the chili and some cheese in there. There you go. And there we go. Get to snacking. So there it is. Hope you try this chili dip at home, and I hope you enjoy it. And tune in next time when we see what comes out of from Steve's Kitchen. Thanks very much.